So one of the things we've wanted to do with the new shop here is have people bring their cars, and we're going to help walk them through the issues, kind of like as if you had a problem with your car and you brought it in. So meet James.
Hello.
James is a local guy from here in Murfreesboro, and he's got an old Cutlass. So what's going on with this thing?
No idle vacuum leaks in the carburetor.
No idle and vacuum leaks?
Yes.
What have you done with it?
Took it out of the box, put it on.
That's the carburetor?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're a body guy. You're a body
Correct.
paint
Yes.
guy.
Yes. Well, I put a paint job on it. Made it look nice.
So mechanically, you're just not. You're
Correct.
not familiar with
Yep.
carburetors and stuff
No.
like that.
No fuel injection. Yep.
So tell them what you give them the details on the cars. What year is it?
It's an '85. Cutlass got a '77 350 Rocket. It's rebuilt trans. It's nice.
Okay. And the carburetor and all of that is what?
It's Rochester.
Rochester.
Yeah.
Okay. It's Quadrajet.
Quadrajet. Yeah.
Okay.
Quadrajet.
All right. So let's go over to the car and let's start. You ready to crank on this thing?
Yeah.
Let's do this. All right. Come on. That sounds a bit choppy.
A little bit it is.
Yeah. So we've got a new Quadrajet on here.
Yes, remanufactured. Yeah.
Right. So the first thing I'm seeing here is that the choke is closed. You're driving around with the choke closed, which would make it run really rich. How did it run besides idling?
It runs fine. Yeah.
It runs fine.
Well, you gotta get on it.
You got to.
Yeah.
You got to always be
Yeah.
feeding it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's probably because of this.
Okay.
So on this carburetor, we're missing.
Yeah, it doesn't have the vacuum for the choke.
It doesn't have anything for the choke, does it?
Nope.
Okay.
I did know after it's warm, it is open.
Well, no, it's warm. This engine is hot, and this choke is closed because there's no thermostat here to hold it open. You're missing the whole thermostat experience. All right, so what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to wire this thing so it stays open
Okay.
before we do anything else. I have to find a zip tie.
Okay.
Lots of luck, right?
Yeah.
There's no way.
zip ties.
I don't. See, we're still moving in.
Right.
So I still have all my stuff scattered to the wind. Let me see what we got here. Come on. All right. So this is, I mean, this is definitely not permanent, right? We're just.
Yep, for sure.
Sure would have been easier with a zip tie, right?
Yep.
Let's see if that's tight enough. Okay, that'll hold that open. All right, so fire it up. We have a massive vacuum leak of biblical proportions.
Biblical proportion.
Yeah.
I think it might be the gasket between the carb and the intake.
No, I don't.
You don't think so?
No, it's way too much for that. Generally speaking, if it's the gasket, you'll get like a minor vacuum leak. So if you
Okay.
you cut off some of the air, it'll like just smooth out. So it'll
Okay.
run rough, but then it'll smooth out. This thing picks up 1,000 RPM as soon as you, which means that you've got a massive, massive vacuum leak. So I'm looking at the vacuum lines here. You are definitely not familiar with carbureted.
This is all like it was. I stuck this on and went off of what was there.
Okay. All right. Well, these are the heat. But you've got, joined off over here.
Each other, yeah.
Yeah, those are the heat lines for the choke thermostat, which is missing on this. So that's not it. Okay, this line here is for your vacuum modulator, and this is loose.
Yeah, it is extremely.
Yeah, so you've got that's going to be somewhat of a vacuum leak. That'll give you like a little bit of roughness, but not what we're looking at here. We're looking at massive vacuum leak. Your brake line is hooked up. Do you have the power brakes feel a little weird, like the pedal?
It has no back brakes, only run up front right now.
Okay.
And yes, they.
It takes a lot of pedal effort to make it work?
Most times, yes. Sometimes, no.
All right. Well, that could be, it could be a leak at the power brake booster. Not likely. But before I break out a wrench, these are tight, right?
To my knowledge,
To your knowledge? Okay. But again, see, big difference in RPM.
The other thing I think is this one that runs to what used to be the PVC valve.
Okay, we found it. We found it. Okay. Fire it up. That's not all of it, but that's some of it. So what you've got here, let me see.
There's a breather with a nipple.
Breather with a nipple, and this has got to have a PCV valve in it. They make nipples like this, breathers like this that have the PCV valve built into it, but this isn't one of them. So you're sucking constant. So, yeah. All right, so let's block this thing off. Let me throw a bolt in there.
Cut that out.
All right, so you got it jumped off here. You know what? I need something more substantial than a bolt. Spark plug. Let me find a spark plug. I'm still putting stuff away. Things are still in a state of total disorganization here. We'll just throw a brand new spark plug in there.
Sounds good. Perfect fit.
All right, now let's knock this idle down some. Is that a regular screwdriver?
Yes, it is. Flathead.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lower this until it's, wow, you really had this thing cranked open.
Yes. So when I get the idle when I was trying to adjust it.
Okay, so we're gonna back this off until it's completely closed. Wow. Okay, and now I'm gonna go 2 full turns. All right, let's start it up and see what it does. take out one full turn.
Take it out.
Yeah. But I want to establish the idle RPM, the throttle position for the idle RPM we're looking for. It still has a vacuum leak, but we're moving closer to the problem. So start it up again. All right, one more time.
Then we put the breather on it.
No, it's still, we have less of a vacuum leak, but we've still got a crazy kind of vacuum leak. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is, let's see if it's sealing around the intake. I'm going to take some gasoline and just trickle it around. And if we hear it smooth out, so, okay, fire it up again. Have something back here at the back of the carburetor. Alright, I can't really see. So this is where the power brake line hooks up. Okay, and that's loose. It's actually really loose.
I had to find an adapter that goes in this adapter because it was different than the size.
Yeah, I see that. Fire it up again. I'm pouring gas, I'm squirting gas right on this series of adapters, and that's where it wants to run the best. So, and that would also explain why you've got a weird feeling brake pedal. You got a pretty big vacuum leak coming from right over here. So let's see, that's a ½ inch. That looks like a 9/16. That looks like a 5/8. You got them stacked up.
Yeah, it's the only one I can figure out the auto store. Yeah.
So. This. Okay, this is stripped.
I don't even think it's the right thread, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. All right. This is, we found our problem here. That's just barely hanging in there. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's put that out of the way. I'm going to block this off with my finger. Yeah, fire it up.
Ready?
Yeah. That's a, man, you got a lot of leaks here. That was blocking that off completely, but we still got a vacuum leak. So we need to figure out some way to cap this off. Motor sounds good otherwise, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
when I opened it, it's pretty clean in there. Too.
Yeah.
Valves, everything. You know.
Yeah, it sounds really solid. Okay. So, what can we block that off with?
A regular bolt that's at the thread.
Well, I've got a little hole in the center, so I'm thinking like a soft tapping screw would probably work. All right, hang on. You know, all my hardware is still at the old place. I have containers full of nuts, bolts, washers,
Right.
screws, the whole 10 yards. I don't have any of that here. So let's see what we can improvise with.
I got trim screws.
You got trim screws? Perfect. Let me see.
One fit in there.
Smallest one. Probably do it. Yep, I'll do it. All right, let me get a screwdriver. Screw this back in. You know, the threads seem like they might be a little boogered on the back of this carburetor too.
Possibility.
All right. Put it back in.
The first one I got from, there was a chunk of the float missing, and it wouldn't work at all.
All right. So let's try it again. Good. Fire it up. One more time. We still, now did you screw around with these idle mixture screws down here at all?
Not a whole lot, no.
Okay. But you did?
Did, yes.
Okay. So let's try, let's see what we got here.
I think they're flatheads.
They're flatheads, right? Oh, that's closed completely. All right, so we're gonna go, I'm gonna go 2 turns open. Okay, that's closed, right? So that's 1 turn. Come on. And that's 2 turns. All right, and now this one's a little more difficult to get
I
at.
do have a very long screwdriver, need it?
Do you really? Yeah. I can't even see in there. Oh, wait.
You get to it?
Let me see. This is like awkward, like
Yep.
5 different ways. There we go. Okay, that one's closed too. Okay, try it out. All the way. Yes. we're finally narrowing this down. You've got a vacuum leak at the back of the carburetor. Now, when you first started out, you said that you thought it was leaking from
Correct,
the
yes.
gasket.
Yep.
And I think that's what we have here. Because as I was squirting gas around, and no reaction here, and as soon as I got to the back corner,
There, yep.
that's where she smoothed out. So let's see, it's a 1/2 inch, yeah. That's tight. Oh yeah, okay. All right, let's try it again. That's pretty damn close.
It is. A lot better.
Yeah, I think that gasket is still pulling a little bit of air, okay? And this line here that you got the vacuum modulator
Yep.
to, this is loose. So we got a little bit of a vacuum leak from here too. I think that's the wrong size fitting, kind of like the same way you had with the...
correct, yeah.
But we've got this thing to where it's like, it's close enough for government work, right? So what you're gonna have to do is, get yourself one of these
PVC.
breather caps that has a PCV valve built into it. And also you're gonna have to do something with that line, the power brake line. So, 'cause the fitting that's in there now, and that trim screw isn't really in there, so there might be a little bit of a vacuum leak
Right.
from that also. But you're going to have to find the right combination of,
Right.
of fittings to work with that. So we're going to just leave this off to the side now, drive it home. You're not going to have any power brakes at all.
Right, right.
You probably didn't have very much
Not
in the way of
much,
power
no.
brakes to begin with. But I mean, other than that, it sounds good. I mean, the carburetor is great. The motor sounds fantastic. But I can't get an adjustment. We can't get an
Right, till you
idle
fix
mixture
all the
adjustment
vacuum
until you
leaks.
fix all those
Yeah.
smaller vacuum leaks.
Okay.
So, you going to take it from here?
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Cool. Appreciate you.
I think that's it.
Yeah, cool.
Did you guys get anything out of that, I hope? I don't know, this is the first time we've tried this. So, that's it. He'll straighten this out. He'll bring it back by. We'll check it out, I don't know, a couple days.
Yeah, sounds good.
Sounds good. James,
Yes, sir. Appreciate
nice meeting you.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. That's it, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.